Spoken up for this plant and the rights of all of us human beings across this planet since it's been being under persecution. I think we all should realize one thing, that cannabis is a right. It's an inalienable right for us human beings.
Yeah!
It's a source of medicine. It's a source of fiber. It's a source of fuel. And we can literally change the paradigm if we demand it. And that's why I'm here today. To let you know that you better start demanding cannabis because it's getting taken away from you. One stitch at a time if we do not show up and activate our voices, which we've been given the right to. If we don't show up and let everyone know, from our city councils all the way up to the legislators. Because I'll tell you what, they're just a bunch of humans. They're just a bunch of people, mostly men, I will say. Mostly ignorant, that's been my experience. Since legalization, you want to call it that, I guess, you know, in Eastern Washington, it was what we were looking forward to. Because our access points for patients were nestled into back corners, if they could even get there. And the way that we played the game was completely different than most of you are aware of over here on the west side. So, you know, I don't want to get into, you know, a big explanation of why our politics are different across the state, but they are. And ultimately, you have to do one thing. You have to engage your political system in order to get your voice across. You have to get up and get involved. I am just a guy. I literally am just this farmer from Eastern Washington that voted for 502, had an expectation from my government, and that expectation has not been fulfilled to this day. And I will not give up until that expectation is fulfilled, not just for myself, but for the 1.7 million voters in this state, of which 56% of them voted for 502. And now 51% of this state is in default of that law. 51% of this state is saying all sorts of things, from we just don't want it here to that's federally illegal. And now we have business owners that have decided to engage this grand experiment, and they are in peril. We are depending on these business owners to take these risks, yet ultimately those individuals really need us to stand up and show up. So I want to really express one major thing. Nobody should be going to prison for a plant. Number two is cannabis doesn't discriminate. What does that mean? That means it doesn't decide whether it should be consumed and used by a patient or by a citizen. It does not discriminate. Why are we letting us discriminate this plant? We are on the same team. I have been up in Olympia watching our team throw stones at each other, and I'm not innocent. But I'm going to tell you right now, we need a change because we're losing. We are not winning. Corporate interest is winning, and they're taking advantage of our new paradigm, which many have laid down. Maybe it's not the best system. 502 definitely isn't perfect. But a lot of people have slaved their way to get to this point. And we need to acknowledge that and make it better. So I'm not going to give up. And we are on the same team. And I am a patient of medical cannabis in Washington State on my own ability to treat myself, to treat my ailments, which are pain. I have intractable pain from just being a crazy kid jumping off snowboard mountains and doing stupid crap. But do I want to be on pharmaceuticals? No, I want an option, and I demand that option. And until 502 is a perfect system for everyone, I don't think any of us have any room to complain. So those are my 2 points. Pot does not discriminate, excuse me, cannabis does not discriminate. And listen to this behind us. We're not the only ones in plight right here. People are dying for other reasons other than cannabis. I think we should engage these other individuals inside of our state that are disenfranchised. We're not the only ones. I could go off for a while. I want to thank you all for giving me the opportunity to express my citizen voice. And I charge you, each and every one of you, to grab the courage and go show the other human beings that are acting like they can rule this state and make decisions for you. I charge you to go tell them otherwise. Because until you do, they won't know. Thank you.